Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? Hot Facts with Robert Reese. The first one here before we even went live. Wow. God bless you and yours, Robert. Hope you've been doing well. I'm back. I am back, and I've got lots to talk about. Welcome to episode 941 of Navigating the Modern World with Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition. Live today from the SF Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California, where I live. I've been on hiatus for a little while. I'm going to explain more in a little bit, but let me make sure the orientation is proper. Well, it looks like, I hope it is proper. I hope the YouTube app is not having issues now with the orientation. I think it automatically corrects it. But on my end, it's showing like it's backwards. It's all good. We'll figure it out another time. It's a little bit windy today. It's been windy here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And we had a pretty good storm the last day and a half or so. But the rain has passed. A little bit of the wind is still here, so we're going to get out and about and get things rocking and rolling. So, we're going to wait for some people to get the notification. I did promote this earlier today. I'm going to start promoting all of my streams in advance from this point on. I'll share more about all of that as the show goes on. But, first, this is episode number 941. I've been on Facebook for the last month and a half, the last 6 weeks. The last time you heard from me, I was pretty much done with YouTube, and I seriously was done. But after I made that stream, I said, you know what, let me go over to Facebook and let's see what happens over there. And let's see if I, decide to change my mind. Let's see, if the mission is worthy of moving forward. And I learned a lot during the past 6 weeks on Facebook. Also, President-elect Donald J. Trump was inaugurated last month on January 20th. And what a fucking shitstorm that dude's been brewing. Him and his, I'm not going to say it because that'll be too rude. We used to have this phrase when somebody is kissing somebody's ass so much, we would call them a certain type of pirate, right? Now, I'm not going to say what that is, but Elon Musk is a certain type of pirate, for Donald Trump, a rear end pirate, let's call it that. Vice President J.D. Vance. What's the point of having him as the VP when it's practically Elon Musk that's the VP? Donald Trump pays way more attention to a private citizen that he's hired, I guess, as an employee to do the work of a government employee that needs to be approved by the House and the Senate to actually do what he's doing. All the stuff that Musk has been stirring up, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how unreasonable the MAGAs, like I've been calling them on Facebook, the MAGA Trump supporters, the MAGA fake conservative Trump supporters, make America great again, huh? How triggered they've been getting because myself, a slight left liberal, more so a moderate down the middle, other Democrats, other moderates, and even other conservatives that are non-MAGAs. There are conservatives out there that are non-MAGAs and didn't vote for Trump. Or they voted for Trump and they don't consider themselves a MAGA supporter because while they voted for Trump, there are things about Trump they don't like. So I consider these people to be reasonable, right? And so the liberals, the moderates, and the non-MAGA conservatives that are against everything Donald Trump is doing have been speaking out on Facebook in a reasonable way, in a reasonable and respectful way, and the MAGAs continue to get triggered. Because this is what happens when you call these MAGAs out and you basically, throw facts their way and you speak reasonably with them. They have nothing to come back at you with. So what do they do at that point? They start to character assassinate you. They attack your character. When you ask them a question, instead of answering it, they deflect and then start to project onto you a question you ask them. It seems like you can never get a straight answer from these MAGA Trump supporters, right? Hey babe, how you doing? Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? It's a little bit windy out here. How's it going? Respectfully, but surely professionally. My girlfriend Dawn is here. Probably gonna do the whole trail today. There's enough time to do it. And there's a lot to talk about. So you can't have a reasonable conversation with these people. And I want to have reasonable conversations with everyone, including the MAGAs. I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to attack them or harm them. I feel the president that they voted in is harming them and they don't realize it. Like their president, which I guess he's my president too, whether I like it or not. The president they voted in is also harming them on top of the rest of us that didn't support him or vote for him. And these MAGAs are just fighting people like myself and other liberals and other moderates and other non-MAGA conservatives that are reasonable. They're basically spending their time fighting us when they know deep down inside what Trump is doing is fucking the whole country up and the world up. When deep down inside they know Elon Musk is a greedy bastard that bought his way, into having center stage at the Oval Office with Trump by donating nearly $300 million to Trump's campaign to get him reelected. And then, interestingly, Musk was worth like 280 billion or something like that right before Trump won the election, and right after Trump won the election, within 1 month later, Elon Musk almost doubled his money. Elon Musk was worth almost $500 billion. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. So the guy invests almost $300 million to get Trump reelected, and then his net worth almost doubles. He was already at the top of the pyramid, I believe, at that point. He's been fluctuating between 1 and 2 and stuff like that. But I believe he was number 1 at that point, right before election night. And then when Trump won, between the point where Trump won and December 18th, last year, 2024, Musk was worth an extra couple, he made a couple $100 billion. How the hell did that happen? Did all these conservatives that have been drinking the Kool-Aid of Donald Trump and Elon Musk on Twitter X, did all these conservatives just all of a sudden put all their money and faith in Musk? How the hell did the guy double his money so fast? And how does that come off to the average everyday American? And how can you MAGA Trump supporters not see what's really going on here? I'm not trying to criticize you. I'm trying to help you. Like, you're being screwed. And just because it hasn't hit us yet, it's starting to hit us. Gas prices are going up. And a lot of people are saying here in California, oh, the gas prices are going up because of our state taxes. That is partially true, but that's not the reason why they're going up right now. I posted on Facebook yesterday, that gas prices went up 20 cents in 1 day. Now, 1 day later, they went up another 10 cents. They went up another 10 cents. They've gone up 30 cents in like 2 or 3 days. And these MAGAs on Facebook are saying, that's not Trump's fault. It absolutely is partially Trump's fault. Part of it has to do with the state taxes, but the majority of it has to do with the tariff threats that Trump has made and continues to make. Well, they're on hold for right now, so we're in a holding pattern to see what happens, in like 3 weeks from now. What was it, a week ago or so? Trump gave Trudeau, the Canadian Prime Minister, 30 days to implement everything. He put the tariffs on hold for 30 days. Do you think Trump is ever going to impose tariffs when he knows it's going to hurt the economy? Do you MAGAs not understand that these tariffs are going to hurt the economy? Hot Facts with Robert Reese. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly, brother? Can you hear me and see me clearly? Yes. How you doing, man? It has been a while. I'm already getting right into it, man. So I've been on Facebook for the last 6 weeks. And I've been pretty much posting every day and also doing live streams like I was doing them here on YouTube, as I am back doing today with these Walking with Purpose streams, and I was doing them friends only. And it was really interesting what happened. It was very interesting what happened. It's very interesting what these MAGAs do. When these MAGAs get so triggered because they can't, reasonably respond to a reasonable question you ask them, They first of all try to character assassinate you, and when that doesn't work, like they try to character assassinate me all the time. When that doesn't fucking work, then they try to go real life on you. A lot of these MAGA Trump supporters, they'll go real life on you, just like Trump. Trump, it's because of Trump. Hey, when Trump lost the election to Biden last time, fair and square, hey Tia, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you again. It's been a while. Wonderful. So just like when Trump lost the election, he was a sore fucking loser. This was back in 2020. So what happens when these MAGAs, including the Mr. MAGA himself, when they lose? They go real life. Trump incited the insurrection at the Capitol building, and look what happened. A lot of people got injured. Okay, a lot of damage was done. A lot of cops were brutally beaten. And 4 years later, Trump runs again, gets reelected for a second term, and then pardons all of these criminals that beat up cops. And you MAGAs are okay with that. You're not okay with that. But see, you got nothing else to offer this world. At least you think you have nothing else to offer this world. Your critical thinking skills suck ass. They do. Your critical thinking skills suck shit. Because that's why you attack people, because that's the only way you can get attention, is by attacking people, trying to character assassinate them and otherwise, right? You've got no critical thinking skills. You know those people that created issues at the insurrection at the Capitol building, January 6, 2021. You know they're wrong. You know they deserve to be in jail still. You see, this is the problem I have with you MAGAs. You're the biggest fucking hypocrites you are. You're big fucking hypocrites, because if the roles were flipped, if Biden was in office or Harris was in office, and either one of them did the same thing Trump did and incited an insurrection at the Capitol, you guys would be 10 times more pissed than we are, and you would never fucking pardon those people. Trump would never pardon those people in the same ways he pardoned the people that supposedly went to bat for Trump after he lost the 2020 election as a sore fucking loser. That's the truth of the matter. You folks know it's the truth. Those are the facts. That's what happened. Right? That's what happened, right? I'm keeping it honest. I'm keeping it real. We have MAGAs here that's shown face since you have been gone also. Torp turned KKK. Oh, really? And hates all beings. Well, if you want my honest opinion, hot facts, Robert Reese, I'm going to give it to you, because that's how I'm going to be from this point on. I don't give a shit what anyone says about me. I don't care who talks about me. The more people that talk about me, the more they're going to spread this message. And you and I are going to work together, Robert, and we're going to make this thing happen. We're going to blow this thing up. Because right now, the MAGA conservatives are dominating the internet. They're dominating the internet, and that's why their bullshit, phony conspiracy theories, their stupid ass, fake rhetoric is coming off believable, at least to their own people. Like the problem is these MAGAs are screwing themselves over. They're screwing each other over. A lot of them are creating this type of content because that's the majority of the audience. I've been saying for the last 2-3 years. And I started also watching Chris Como on News Nation, who started to say it recently. Como's been saying, look, the right-wing propaganda is all over the place because people on the right, they're dominating social media. They're dominating the internet. They're dominating podcasts, right? Donald Trump owns Truth Social. He started his own company when he was removed from Twitter. Then, a couple years ago, Elon Musk spends $44 billion and overpays for Twitter because now he wants to control the narrative. So these motherfuckers now, the president and the might as well be vice president, Elon Musk, because J.D. Vance is like a little lapdog of Trump. The real VP in Trump's eyes, unofficially, is Elon Musk, right? It's Elon Musk. Right on, Eli. Preach it. Of course, brother. Of course. I'm done. I'm done with the garbage. I'm done with guys like you and I not being able to have our fair, reasonable say on the internet. We need more people on the other side of things to stand up for the other side. See, Robert, when you have one side of the equation dominating 80, 90% of the internet, what's going to happen? You got Trump, you got Musk, you got Trump spewing the biggest bullshit on his own platform. You got Musk spewing more bullshit on Twitter that he paid $44 billion for, right? And then you got the Joe Rogans, and you got all these other right-wingers. You got people like Tim Pool out here who used to be a Democrat. He used to be liberal. And Tim Pool converted to being a conservative when he realized how much more profitable it is to be a conservative. Donald Trump is a fucking liberal too. He is. He's not conservative, but he's pretending to be one because he would never get elected into office as a liberal, as a Democrat. All these people are fake conservatives. And then the real conservatives that I'm not calling fake conservatives, the MAGAs, used to be real conservatives. They've been brainwashed into this MAGA agenda, and they don't realize that this shit's not real, and that you're not going to benefit anything from it. We're in an authoritarian type of, government now. There's no democracy there. This is authoritarian, where you got all the billionaires against the middle class, all the billionaires. So Donald Trump and Elon Musk together are doing things to destroy all these programs that affect the middle class, right? And even some of the lower class, right? He's trying to remove all these programs, which will never happen because they need approval from the Senate and House. They need approval from Congress, right? And they're never going to get it. And all these executive orders that Trump has signed, these bullshit, unconstitutional, illegal, and unethical at the very least, executive orders, they're being challenged. And all these Supreme Court judges are filing motions to stop these, these executive orders, at least temporarily. Then there's going to be a hearing, and they're probably not going to go anywhere. Trump's own people are standing up for what's right. That's what the job of a Supreme Court justice is to uphold the law according to the Constitution. Think about the money in the bikes and not safety. Lazy parents and money-hungry criminals. Yeah, what about these kids riding these motorcycle-looking electric bikes, taking over the road with no safety laws? Yeah, I've seen a lot of those on YouTube. Those kids are going to get hurt. I see them around here too, Robert, every now and then. They're probably more so down in Southern California where you live. But you should not be allowed, as an 8-year-old, 10-year-old kid, to drive an electric scooter, which is like a miniature motorcycle that goes 25 miles per hour. If they crash that thing, they're going to get hurt or they're going to die, even if they're wearing a helmet. They could cause an accident with regular cars. You're basically putting pretend driver's licenses into little kids. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I know they're starting to change some laws regarding those e-bikes. And at least here in California, let's wait and see what Gavin Newsom does. But Gavin Newsom has a full plate right now. But I agree, Robert. I think you're saying that it should not be legal for these 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids to be riding around electric bikes that go 25 miles per hour. That's the speed limit of a regular car in a residential area, Robert. Let me see here. Take a break for a second. It's beautiful. You know, when you're switching from Facebook back to YouTube, when you go from one platform to the other, you got to get used to being on the other platform again. But I'm already back to being used to doing things on YouTube. I'll take the training wheels off already. It's my first day back, and I don't need the damn training wheels. Anyway. Yeah, I had a lot of wind in my face. Always when I enter the trail on this side and it's windy, it's in your face. And then when you're coming back, it's hitting your back. So it's a lot easier. So let's talk about where I've been. You know, what's up with the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short, and what's coming up. Some things changed because shit happens, and you know, you just gotta roll with things, unexpected things, and just keep moving forward, right? So, you know, I was going to, my girlfriend Dawn and I were going to come back, and we were going to record a Valentine's show this week and premiere it on the other channel, the main channel, GNA, Genuine Personal Development. But it's been a crazy week for Dawn and I. You know, Dawn's been, she's been dealing with some other medical issues regarding sciatica and stuff. Dawn and I both have sciatica. Robert says, tell Dawn we said hello. Absolutely. I will. And Robert, I think, did you send me a friend request on Facebook? If you did or you didn't, can you send it to me again? And if your wife wants to send me one as well, that'd be great. And then Robert, I'll connect you with Dawn and Tia and Sandra. I got some really good people on Facebook. I will do, yeah. And that way we can communicate very easily through Facebook Messenger throughout the days. Because I know you're busy working, I'm working, you know, lots of stuff going on with the lady, and same with you on your end, so. But also, Robert, I don't know if you'd be open to, I don't think you've been putting out as much content. I don't think you've been putting out as much content as you did. Have you been doing less live streams? Are you open to doing some more live streams? Do you want to do a show on your channel sometime this coming week. Because at this point, Robert, I'll just come out and say it. I really don't care. I'm here to speak my mind. I'm here to stand up for what I believe in. I'm here to get my fair share of the internet, because it's been all about conservative MAGAs and right-wing bullshit propaganda. That's how you guys want to use the internet. That's fine, but I'm done. And many other liberals, Democrats, moderates, and other non-MAGA conservatives, we're all done giving the MAGAs the entire internet. We're done letting you MAGAs control 80 to 90% of the internet with your fake bullshit rhetoric. Yes, Moore just had to take a break also. Well, that's good. I'm glad you did. You took one at the same time as I did. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. But that's one of the biggest things that I've been focused on. Is I've been posting on Facebook. I've been broadcasting live on Facebook. I think I did like 30 streams on Facebook. And all of those streams, immediately after the stream was done on Facebook, I immediately re-uploaded them on YouTube, because that gives me automatic copyright protection. I could still file copyright takedowns from Facebook, but my advice to all you folks, if you have a YouTube channel, and especially if you're a part of the YouTube Partner Program, and you create content on other platforms like Facebook, Rumble or anywhere else, right? You want to always upload a copy to your YouTube channel. Because the first person that uploads a copy of any content, that's how YouTube's content ID system within the copyright match tool for creators, that's how it decides who owns the content. Now, sometimes other people will go and steal content. A lot of the MAGAs do that because they have no real content. They've got nothing to bring to the table besides trying to criticize any liberal just for being liberal, or just criticizing anyone that they can to entertain their audience, because they've got nothing else of value to sell to an audience or to keep their attention. Now, some other things that that I have already put into place and more is being worked on. The Genuine Networking Association, or GNA, is about to finally get our registered trademark back fully registered with the United States Patent and Trademark Office, the USPTO. We're just waiting for the last few steps. We just made it through the opposition period, and now we're just waiting to get the next step process through the system to get it finalized, and within a month or two we should have our federally registered trademark with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. If you weren't here several months ago, I registered the trademark with the California Secretary of State's office, so we already have coverage here in California, but once the USPTO version is finalized, we're going to have trademark protection all over the U.S. and even U.S. territories. Now, with that being said, there's going to be a new name. You're going to start to see a new name in addition to the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA. And that's called GNA Network. So from this point on, we are still the Genuine Networking Association, or GNA for short. But we're shortening down the name to make it easier for people to remember us and to also remember our webpage. So I announced this on Facebook, but I'll announce it here today for the YouTube folks. A few weeks ago, I purchased the domain names gnanetwork.org and gnanetwork.com. And if you go to gnanetwork.org or gnanetwork.com, they both redirect you to genuinenetworkingassociation.org. Now, the main website is still going to stay, for the time being at least, at genuinenetworkingassociation.org. But now, when I'm live on the air or telling people how to access our website, I can just say, go to gnanetwork.org. And it will redirect you to the genuinenetworkingassociation.org website. The name is too long. It's a great name, but the name is too long. So I wanted to shorten it. Now, I will also be changing my email, which hasn't happened yet. So for the time being, until I inform you folks and change it everywhere, including here on YouTube, in the About section and all that, and in the email description sections, eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org is still my email, but eventually, not yet, it's not activated yet, but eventually the email will be eliasmelas at gnanetwork.org. Much easier to remember, easier to spell, less likely that you're going to make a typo typing out a long email like eliasmelas at genuinenetworkingassociation.org, eliasmelas at genuinenetworking, Whew! I lost my breath saying that. Eventually, when I make you folks aware that it's active, it'll be eliasmelas at gnanetwork.org. Now, how much simpler and easier is that? Alan W., if all of these former liberals like Trump, Musk, RFK Jr., Tim Pool, Joe Rogan, who was a Bernie Sanders guy, etc., as well as millions of voters have switched sides, have you ever considered why? Yes, because they're fucking stupid. That's the answer. Because they're easily brainwashed and manipulated to believe every word that comes out of their Lord, Savior, and Messiah, Donald J. Trump. That's the truth of the matter. If you want to debate this, I'd be happy to debate it with you. Look, Donald J. Trump promised that groceries would go down day one in office. He said groceries, right? He also promised that the war would end in Ukraine day one. None of those have happened. What's happened? Inflation's gone up like 3%. My gas prices are going up here in California, and some of that has to do with state taxes, but most of it has to do with Trump threatening tariffs as a controlling mechanism, as a bullying tactic with our best allies. You think that's okay, brother? I mean, seriously, let's have a reasonable conversation with this. Let's be reasonable. Let's have a reasonable conversation, because I'm being very reasonable right now, right? We have never been an authoritarian type of government. We've always been about democracy. And we've always been about making things fair and equal for all. But honestly, ask yourself, because it sounds like you're a MAGA, and that's okay. You choose to be a MAGA. If you want to be a MAGA, you be a MAGA, right? But ask yourself, honestly, are you buying half the shit that Donald Trump is trying to sell? Hey everyone, hi babe, how you doing? Babe, you came in earlier. Are you still here? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me clearly and see me clearly? I've got nobody behind me, so I think we're going to head up to the observation deck. Oh, by the way, we've got our super chat goals. If we get at least 5 super chats at $5 a piece, my girlfriend Dawn and I will go live on the couch with Dawn and Eli, and we'll catch you folks up with a lot of very interesting things that my wonderful, amazing lady Dawn has accomplished. And man, I tell you, I'm so proud of you, babe. Seriously, I'm not just saying that to butter you up live on the air. You know me, I don't bullshit anything. But happy Valentine's Day, by the way, to you, babe, and everyone else. Love you, babe. To all the ladies out there, happy Valentine's Day, whether you've got a Valentine or not. And if you don't have a Valentine, you know, we're here for you. My lady Dawn, myself, and the rest of the GNA, January Networking Association executive team is here for you, including Santa Palacio and Tia, right? Come on, isn't that an argument? It is a sweeping ad hominem attack. Most gas is domestically produced. How would tariffs on imported goods directly affect domestic fuel costs? Crude oil, brother, crude oil. Crude oil. The cost of gas is affected by crude oil. Come on, man. It's about crude oil. Here we go with the right-wing propaganda. Come on, man. This is all clearly an ad hominem attack. No. Cut the crap out with the ad hominem attacks. No. It's because you're trying to come up with a better argument for something that doesn't even require to be argued. I'm just stating facts here. I'm not trying to argue you or anyone. I'm trying to say, hey, look, I wish nothing but the best for everyone, including the MAGAs, right? And what about just trying to be reasonable and work together instead of attack each other? I'm not trying to attack anyone. I'm trying to end the divide, not create more of it. I love these soccer accounts that come in here. we all know these are people that know me from the past, and it's all good. If these people want to come and troll me and ask questions or talk about me all day, every day, then God bless you. You're entitled to your opinions just like I am. And don't sit here and chastise me for sharing my opinions, because all you MAGAs have been doing that for the last 10 years and dominating the internet by doing the same thing I'm doing now. So I just want my fair share of the internet. I'm taking back my fair share of the internet. I'm not going to give 100% of the internet to the MAGAs or the right-wing extremist phony propaganda machines. I'm not going to give you folks the entire internet. No one's going to do that. Let's make the internet a place where everyone has a say. And let's speak to both sides or all sides and try to reach a common ground, right? Because none of us are going to get anywhere if we're divided, especially in the United States of America. United States of America, right? What part of divided or division is in the name of our country, the United States of America? I guess, oh, here we go. Crude oil costs other nations that import it more than it does nations that produce. Listen, dude, we import most of our crude oil. We have an emergency reserve that Biden pulled when he was in office to, remember when gas prices went way the fuck up? We hit like 650, 660 a gallon here in the San Francisco Bay Area. LA, $9 a gallon. That's an emergency reserve. That's not where we get our crude oil normally. That's an emergency reserve. And you're going to come back and say, Trump said, well, if we have all this crude oil here, then, why don't we use it? It's there for emergency purposes, right? Other countries produce way more oil than we do. We need those countries. Come on, man. Are you saying pull the emergency reserve and use it as normal? And then what happens when we have an emergency? If we didn't have the reserve the last time when Biden pulled from it, I would have seen gas prices here probably $8-9 a gallon. And in Southern California, they would have been like $10-11 a gallon. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm just trying to be reasonable here, man. I'm not trying to fight anyone. I don't want to fight anyone. I don't want to fight. I don't like fighting. No, we actually don't. We used to, prior to Trump opening domestic drilling permits in his first term. Biden pulled an emergency reserve in Biden's term in office. As far as drilling permits, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I didn't hear that story. I may have missed that during Trump's first term. And Trump talks so much, he puts out so many executive orders, he tries to pass so many things that it's really hard to keep up with it. So I'll have to look into that, and I'll get back to you. I'll look into that. But we still get most of our oil from other countries. That's a fact. And the threats of tariffs on other countries that are allies of ours are going to even piss off other countries that are allies of ours where we get supplies from. Right now, Donald J. Trump is pissing off everybody. He's trying to say that, oh, okay, well, right now we got to do this to make America better again. We're overpaying for things, right? We need government efficiency, so we're going to throw in the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, who's a big piece of shit, a greedy bastard piece of shit that basically spent $300 million to be in the palm of Donald Trump's hands, right? Or even have Donald Trump in the palm of his hands, because the day earlier this week when Musk was talking in the Oval Office, Donald Trump was sitting there like a little lapdog, like a little good boy. It's almost like Donald Trump is sucking, the nuts of Musk because he has the most money, right? I mean, it's pathetic. This is pathetic, dude. But I'll look into what you're saying about that. I didn't hear anything about that. If that's the case, then there should be no reason why these gas prices ever inflate, even in California. We have our tax rates. Yeah, they go up every now and then, but they don't go up 30 cents in 2 days. The reason why gas is going up 30 cents in 2 days is not from state taxes. It's from the threats of tariffs and the crude oil cost, anticipating that the crude oil is going to go up. I don't think crude oil has gone even up yet. I don't think it's gone up, but it's going to. So the anticipation is driving up prices, and it's going to go up. It is. Thank you so much to the 23 people that are here. Much appreciated. So, I've been over at Facebook, and I'm going to still produce content on Facebook. I'm still going to be posting there regularly, daily, if not almost daily. But I will no longer be doing the live streams, the walking streams on Facebook. I might do one occasionally, but probably not. I'm sharing the live streams on Facebook, but the in-studio streams, when I do streams from the studio, whether they're by myself, with my girlfriend Dawn, the GNA, January Networking Association executive team, or we have guests on, those will be simulcasted to Facebook, because I can do that very easily using open broadcast software that I use to run high quality in studio streams. When I'm on mobile, if I don't use the actual app of of the company I'm streaming on, I could use like Streamlabs or other third-party apps where I can, run mobile live streams on Facebook, YouTube, and other platforms, but I don't have the same functionality. Certain things you can't do. And that's okay, because honestly, I would prefer to run the mobile streams here on YouTube, because this is primarily where I create my content. We also have 2 monetized channels here on YouTube, so it's easy for people to support us if they want by hitting the super chat or super sticker, becoming a channel member, etc. But anyway, it's gotten to the point of where, the experience I had on Facebook really opened up my eyes. And I just started to watch Como. I knew he'd been on News Nation for a while, but I now watch Como every night. I'll record it when he's live at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And then my lady Dawn and I will watch it, later on in the evening when we get a chance. And then we can flip through the commercials as well. But yeah, I've been just paying attention to what's been going on and how people are reacting to it and why they're reacting to it. I've also been listening a lot more. I've been listening a lot more to Chris Como, and Chris Como saying, hey, look, we're in News Nation. We're in news for all Americans, right? And he says, where left meets right. And we try to make it reasonable, right? Chris Como, I believe Chris Como is a registered Democrat, but I think he's more so independent. He sells this gear called Free Agent. And he's trying to make it about people and not parties. And I agree with him. I've been saying this for the longest time. I've been saying this for years. Ever since I started to come across a lot of these right-wing extremists out here on YouTube, these MAGAs, these right-wing extremists, right? A lot of these people on YouTube, like they're from the Midwest and the South, and they're just very vile people, right? And the way that they get attention is they make threats like Trump. They're just like Trump. They make threats like Trump, right? And they talk of a big storm on YouTube, and then they even say, "Oh, if I were to ever see you in person, I would knock your teeth out, and I would just, call you names to your face," right? But they never do that. They never go that far. You know why? Because they know they'll go to jail. They know they'll get arrested. And they don't want that, right? But on the internet, they're big bad bullies, right? And they do that because they cannot get any attention any other way. They don't have the critical thinking skills to create content like I do and other reasonable, decent people do. Unreasonable people are not decent, and they do stupid shit because that's the only way they can get attention and have some relevancy on the internet and maybe make a little bit of money while they're doing it. It's pathetic. And I've been dealing with those types of people for years. And that's part of, my mission is to just keep moving forward and not giving a shit what any people, try to do to stunt my growth like they have in the past, right? I know that some people that used to talk about me before I left YouTube for 6 weeks ago, I know those people will start right back up again. And that's fine. You want to start right back up? It's all good. Right? I'm not watching any of your stuff. I'm not concerned with what you do. Do what you got to do. But I will say this. This time around, I've rebuilt with bigger and better people. And I will tell you, the more and more you talk about me, eventually the more it's going to blow back and smack you in the face. It is. It absolutely is. I will not be bullied off this platform by anyone, and I will not allow anyone to be bullied off this platform or social media in general. I've made a big calling out on Facebook that everyone should have their fair say on the internet and not feel scared to do it. Many people, I've got friends on the left that are slight left like myself, but more so down the middle, reasonable people, right? And they say, well, we don't talk about this stuff because we don't want to get attacked. And I asked them specifically. I've seen them on streams. I was talking to these people on streams through Facebook, right? Earlier this month and last month, right? And I said, what people are you talking about? I knew exactly what they were talking about. I just wanted to see if they were going to say it. I'd rather not say. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll say it for you. You're talking about the alt-right. You're talking about the conspiracy theorists, the alt-right, the conservative extremists. You're talking about the MAGA Trump supporters. You're talking about this crazy group of extremist Republicans that are running their mouths all over the internet with fake bullshit propaganda, spreading misinformation and disinformation. Does that sound anywhere close to what you're feeling? And then they say, I'd rather not say. Oh, you just did. It's okay. So the problem is, you people that are afraid to speak your mind are letting these people continue their stupid shit. Because they're successfully scaring you away from voicing your opinions on the internet, which they know would overpower theirs because their opinions are bullshit. There's no truth to their opinions. But if no one's challenging their opinions, then they might as well be true, because if the majority within their group is agreeing with their bullshit, then their bullshit comes off as real, even though it's not. And see, that's exactly what Musk is doing on Twitter X. Right? Musk on Twitter X is saying, we sent $50 million in condoms to Gaza. And then when he was in the Oval Office holding his kid on top of his shoulders as a crutch, Musk, because you have no balls, Musk. You don't. And Trump's sitting there like a little lapdog. Right? He was asked about that. What about the truth about, the condoms to Gaza? He goes, well, sometimes we don't get it right. Sometimes we don't get it right. And when we don't get it right, what do you say? We can apologize. We can make a correction. You motherfucker. You knowingly put out fake information because you're a fucking troll. You bought Twitter X to troll people. You're trolling people. You're helping Donald Trump troll people. You both are trying to control the narrative. Here's what's happening. Mark my words. Listen, I don't care whether you love me or hate me. I don't care whether you're on the left, right, down the middle. This has nothing to do with political party preference or choice. What this has to do with are the facts. And what's happening here, that a lot of you MAGAs either can't see or you see it and just are turning a blind eye. What's happening is you folks don't realize that Trump and Musk and all these billionaires are buying out all these social media companies, right? And they're even trying to buy out mainstream legacy media companies to be able to fucking control the narrative. They're trying to control the narrative in an authoritarian way. That's what Trump and Musk are doing. And they must be stopped, because if they're not stopped, then even you MAGAs are going to be controlled in ways by the people you voted in, the person you voted in. You're going to be controlled in all ways that you've never wanted to be controlled. That you probably felt, the Democrats were trying to control you in those ways, and you voted for Trump to protect you from being controlled in those ways. But now it's backfiring on you because you got played by Trump. Trump's playing his own people. This is how dumb, and no disrespect, this is how dumb some people are. You're being played by the man that promised you to lower grocery prices on day one and to end the war in the Ukraine on day one. You got your egg prices going to an all-time high, and a lot of that has to do with the disease and all that, right? Right? But other grocery prices are going up. All other prices are starting to go up. They're going up slowly, but they're going to keep going up. As more uncertainty arises based on Trump's behavior and Trump's threats and Trump's bullying tactics to try to gain control, of everyone and everything in sight. I mean, look, he wanted to rename the Gaza Strip. He wanted to buy the Gaza Strip. The U.S. will take over and we'll build on it, right? We'll make it into a fucking resort, right? What will it be? The Trump Strip? What's it going to be, right? I mean, look, I'm going to agree with Chris Cuomo. I'm going to agree with Chris Cuomo and what he said regarding a lot of this stuff. Don't listen to what Trump says. Look at what he does. Now, I'm a content creator. I know that most of the shit that comes out of Trump's mouth, is just a troll. It's just to get a reaction on social media. It's about popularity. Same with Musk. Trump and Musk want to remain popular in the eyes of at least the people that voted for Trump, right? Right? Why is that? Because now they want to email you. Like they've been emailing their email list and soliciting like these fancy Trump cards or something, like Trump gold cards, like American Express cards, but they're like Trump cards. Become a member of the cabinet or something, right? For just $39 or whatever, $59. See, you MAGAs out there, this will trigger you, and I hope it does, because you know what? You deserve to be triggered, because all you folks do is intentionally try to trigger other people. Because that's all you got, right? That's the only hand you have to play. But Trump is the biggest fucking grifter on the planet. He's a fucking grifter. All he's doing is grifting. He's playing you folks. And the fact that I'm clearly explaining it, you don't like that, because my words are so clear and concise. My words are so clear and concise. It makes sense. You MAGAs are being played by the person you voted in. The person you put all your trust and faith in, that's going to reduce the cost of groceries, reduce the cost of rent, right? That's going to end the war, right? And he goes in and makes it about Elon Musk and Doge, Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. Then Musk tries to go in to the Treasury and get all your personal information. And he got it. They said he got it read only, right? Who the fuck is Musk as an employee? As an employee employed by Trump, what kind of power does any person off the street that's not a government official or appointed by the president, right, in an official capacity with the government, what right does what right does Musk have to walk in to the Federal Reserve, not the Federal Reserve, the Treasury, the Treasury, and get all of your Social Security numbers, get all the payment information, and now now Musk is being sued. Musk is being sued. And so is Doge. They're both being sued. And Musk, since Trump got into office, his net worth for the first time, I believe today, fell below 400 billion. For the first time since he reached 400 billion shortly after Trump won the election last year in November, 2024. Musk was worth almost $500 million. He was worth, I think, $489 billion. And now he's worth 399. So he's lost almost $100 billion. So Musk has lost almost $100 billion since Trump won the election. And he's lost, almost $40 billion in less than 1 month of Trump being in office. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? People are boycotting Tesla dealerships. Well, they're not dealerships. They're actually showrooms because Musk owns them all. Musk owns all the Tesla showrooms. They're not dealerships because they're owned by the company, which basically is owned by Musk. It's Musk, right? Sales are down at Tesla. Sales are down. The stock is down, right? What do you think, MAGAs, is going to keep happening? What do you think is going to happen? If Trump continues to do things the way he's doing them, there's going to be an economic collapse. There could be another civil war. It's been a while, but we could have a civil war in our own country here. How pathetic would that be? Do you want to be known as the modern president that caused a civil war over your stupidity? There's something that Musk and Trump are plotting. Maybe, here's food for thought. Food for thought. Maybe Musk and Trump are intentionally trying to tank, the stock market. Why? Because if you tank the stock market, then you could buy a whole shit ton of shares at a much lower price, and then you start doing things the right way, as the president, and then all of a sudden your stock shoots up, and then you make a shit ton of money. More than the money you lost creating the scam. It's a fucking scam. It is. It's a fucking scam. It's also, in my opinion, insider trading. Now, the SEC is a federal branch of government, the Securities and Exchange Commission. So, if Donald J. Trump is fucking things up on purpose to crash stock prices and then to buy low and then start doing the right things, which would basically shoot the stock market way up the opposite direction, right? Isn't that like insider trading? It's a scam. It's a game. That's my prediction. That's what I think is going to happen. Because do I think that Elon Musk would continue to work for Doge and be right besides Trump and watch his billions go down the other way after he just built it up to over 400, almost 500 billion? Come on. There's something bigger at the end of this that most people aren't seeing, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. I'm also seeing the writing on the wall for Musk. I'm also seeing the writing on the wall from Musk, because most people don't like super rich people because they're very greedy, right? I already had the rich stigma for Musk. I didn't like him before this. Now, honestly, I say I don't hate anyone, but I hate Musk. And I hate Trump. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't really have hatred for anyone, but I have hatred for those two because they are destroying not only our country here, but they're destroying the world. They're destroying our allies. They're destroying a great system that's taken a lot of hard work from other career civil servants to build. And they want to come in and wreck it like a bulldozer does to inflate their pocketbooks. The rich get richer, right? And the poor get poorer, and the middle class gets fucked with the bill, right? Every time, right? The GNA network is here to help you with your personal development. We're here to uplift you, inspire you, and encourage you to become the best version of yourself you can be. We're also here to protect you from stupid shit that you may not even realize is happening. Because maybe you want to be a creator and you don't realize that the majority of creators out here are these right-wing extremists that will attack you. If they get the chance to exploit you and extort from you, if these people can take even a penny from you, they'll do it every single time. These are fucking blood-sucking leeches. That's what they are. Like, I'm not holding back. I'm keeping it real. These people are blood-sucking leeches. They're desperate to suck your money dry by exploiting you if they can, right? What do you think Trump and Musk are doing to the people that voted for them, let alone the other people that didn't vote for them? What do you think they're doing? What is Musk and Trump doing to you guys? Even their own people that voted for Trump. They're exploiting you. And they're going to take your money. They're exploiting you and they're going to extort your money. They're going to take your money in ways that seem legit, but aren't. Don't fall. Don't fall for the game. Oh, and then what was this? Trump had a Bitcoin, right? And then there was a Melania coin. What a joke. Trump trying to create cryptocurrency, right? When have you ever seen a president in office trying to monetize the U.S. while being in office? How does that look? Like, honestly, is Trump there to run his business or to run the U.S.? Ask yourself these questions. Even if I was a Republican, even if I was a conservative, I would be unhappy. If Joe Biden was doing what Trump is doing, I would want him impeached too. This has nothing to do with political party choice. This has to do with what's happening with the person in charge, the commander-in-chief, Donald J. Trump. Folks, start getting your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about, I'd say, 10 to 12 minutes. We're getting towards the end of the trail. Tia, do you happen to still be here by any chance? I'm just kind of wondering. If not, that's okay. It's really nice to be back on YouTube. I've started following some new creators. The Midas Touch Network with Ben Melas and other people that are they're creating more progressive, left-leaning, or more centered type of topics or content, right? They're just being honest, right? Brian Taylor Cohen, a mid-30s millennial dude that I respect. He's more left-leaning, but he's down the middle too. And he's just brought a lot of reasoning to the table on his channel. Chris Como has the Chris Como Project. He has almost 500,000 subscribers. Brian Taylor Cohen, 3.7, almost 3.8 million subscribers. Midas Touch Network, almost, I think around 3.8, almost 3.9 million subscribers. I'm starting to see a shift. Of creators on YouTube and the internet. I'm starting to see some people on the left and down the middle finally come out and combat this stupid, garbage, nonsense, fake, exaggerated conservative rhetoric, right? The stupid propaganda. All these people, all these MAGAs, in my opinion, no disrespect, until you get off your ass and stop letting Trump, the dictator, control your every say, until you become a little more reasonable, I got no respect for you. I've got zero respect for you. I'm going to challenge you folks every single day, because you folks have affected my life. You folks are not going to admit to that. You folks are going to flip it, because all you fucking do is flip it around, right? You deflect from the truth of the matter when you're called out on it, and then you project, right? Right? You're going to come back at me and say, well, you're the problem. The reason why, you're not successful or you're not getting a bigger traction. No, that's not the point. The point is you folks have a bigger voice on the internet because other people like me have been too afraid to come out and level off the playing field. I'm going to make sure we fucking level off the playing field starting right now. It's already started in 2025, and trust me. You MAGAs, listen, I'm not trying to be even critical. Everyone has the right to be on the internet, including the MAGAs. But you MAGAs controlling, dominating 80-90% of the internet, those days are fucking done. Trust me. You can sit there and clip me all over fucking YouTube and the internet and every place you can. You can clip this whole stream. I don't care. Clip me with that. I want people to know that. Because the end the conservatives or the fake conservatives or the MAGAs or the extremists or the alt-right, the end of your era dominating the internet with the bullshit propaganda you've been putting out for years is over. It's over. Says who? Says me and many others. I did the full trail today, 3.5 miles. Most of the time when I was on Facebook, I was coming out here later and only doing 3 miles. But I'm going to try to get out here by 4 o'clock at the latest when I do these streams, so I can do the full trail, and that way I can schedule these out. I'm no longer going to be just doing these on the fly like I used to. I'm going to be scheduling out these streams. They're going to have a start time. I'm sorry I was about 10 minutes late today. Trying to get better at that, but they're going to have a scheduled time. and they're going to be publicly promoted many hours before the show starts. Start getting your final questions, comments, concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in just, well, we got here quicker than I thought. Probably about 5 minutes or so or less. I'm going to go get my lady some salmon tonight. And her and I, we've got a lot of shows to catch up. Got the Law and Orders. They took last week off, but they're back with new episodes this week. Law and Order and Law and Order SVU, Special Victims Unit. And we got a lot of other shows to watch on Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Max, and even on DirecTV. You don't even have to really go out that much anymore. You can get pretty much anything you want. You get all those streaming services, and you have a cable or satellite provider. Sure, you're spending a few $100 each month, right? But it's much cheaper. Like one date nowadays, dinner for two. One date, $200. Spending a couple $100, maybe a little bit more, maybe like $250 for DirecTV and all the streaming services with no ads. That's a bargain compared to going out. Now, I'm wondering if this is in the right orientation, because right now it's not showing the right orientation on my end, but I think on YouTube it automatically flips it for you. I was having problems with this on Facebook. Facebook changed their app recently, and they took away the effects feature for mobile live streams, which includes an option to correctly orient the picture. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Let's keep moving forward, folks. The GNA Network is here. The GNA Network is here. Please like, share, subscribe, share this out. Like I said, remember the GNA Network. More on the GNA Network is coming soon. I'll do a show from the studio. I might even do a show from the studio this weekend on the main channel, so make sure you subscribe to both channels. This is GNA2, Genuine Live Personal Development. The other channel below in the description, you can subscribe to it, bang the bell, select the notifications, is GNA, Genuine Personal Development. I'm going to be doing the in-studio live streams on the main channel for a little while longer. I was doing in-studio streams there before I took a break 6 weeks ago, but I'm going to be continuing to do the streams there because I need a little more time before I can start doing pre-recorded content to have something to put on the main channel. And if you don't put out content for a while on any YouTube channel that's monetized, you could lose your monetization. So just being transparent, letting you folks know what's going on. But it's great to be back. Have a lot of love for everyone. I wish we could all get along, right? I'm telling you, this year, and in future years, everyone is going to get their fair share of the pie on the internet, not just the MAGA Trump supporters or the conservative extremists or the alt-right people that have been dominating, the internet for the last probably 10 years, right? And these people, they don't share their pie. You see, I don't have a problem sharing my pie, but I want at least my piece of the pie. Right now with these people, the MAGAs, the alt-right, the conservative extremists that have been creating content, especially even on YouTube, right now, these people are selfish and they don't share any of the pie. These people don't share any of their pie. So I'm going to make sure I get my slice and everyone gets their slice. And you MAGAs can still get your slice, but you're not getting the whole fucking pie anymore. You can bet on that. You can count on that. With that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. Have a good night, everyone. See you all tomorrow. Again, good night.